One thing you might not know about me is that I am an avid NBA fan. It's really the only sport I follow religiously, and it's the only sport that I really enjoy keeping up with. But since this is a video game channel, I don't really get to talk too much about NBA related things outside of reviewing things like the NBA 2K series. But obviously yesterday's tragic news about the passing of Kobe Bryant has sent shockwaves throughout the entire world. Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 other people, including the pilot, passed away in a tragic helicopter crash en route to Kobe's Mamba Academy to practice with his daughter's team. And obviously Kobe Bryant was a cultural icon, but he was also somewhat of a video game icon too, especially if you were a Nintendo fan growing up in the late 90s and early 2000s, because Kobe Bryant actually starred in 4 various Nintendo games that were exclusive to the Nintendo platform. So basically in today's video, I sort of want to give my remembrance of Kobe Bryant on the Nintendo platforms, talk about the connection, and then talk about the games. So sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about the Kobe Bryant and Nintendo connection. So in case you're unfamiliar with who Kobe Bryant was because you don't follow basketball, Kobe Bryant was arguably one of the biggest NBA stars of all time and arguably one of the best, if not the best, players of all time. Coming straight out of high school and going into the NBA was a very risky move. A lot of people had tried it with many unsuccess stories out there, but Kobe Bryant really sort of transformed that mindset and was one of the best success stories to ever come out of going from straight from high school into the pro basketball games. But like I said, I really want to focus more so on the Kobe Bryant and Nintendo connection because Kobe Bryant actually appeared in 4 various games across Nintendo platforms starring in these games. Kobe Bryant and NBA Courtside was the first game that Kobe starred in on the N64. Now this game was developed by Left Field Studios and released on the N64 on April 1st, 1998. Kobe Bryant and NBA Courtside was a 5-on-5 simulation basketball experience exclusive for the N64. Now, Kobe was just 19 at the time of the game's release, and in his second season with the Los Angeles Lakers, in which he would spend his entire NBA career with. NBA Courtside ended up being a large success on the Nintendo 64, both with critics and fans alike. All 30 teams and every player was featured in NBA Courtside aside from 2, Michael Jordan, who could not be in the game due to the chaos in the Windy City game, and Latrell Sprewell, who was serving a suspension for choking his then coach PJ Carlesimo. NBA Courtside went on to sell over 1 million copies for the Nintendo 64, giving it a Player's Choice re-release treatment as well. Kobe Bryant himself was also involved in the game from a marketing standpoint, appearing in TV commercials for the game, along with even providing motion capture for the game as well. Due to the success of NBA Courtside, a sequel ended up on the N64 along with a side game on the Game Boy Color. NBA Courtside 2 featuring Kobe Bryant came out on the N64 on November 8, 1999, and once again featured Kobe as the star attraction. The game was improved over the original N64 game, with improvements made to the AI in the game, the ability to play multiple seasons, create a player mode, and even a new game mode that would allow for a more NBA Jam style experience, with a heavy emphasis on arcade action. Much like the first game, Courtside 2 ended up being another successful entry in the series. One thing I always personally liked about the Courtside games on the N64 was the ability to hang on the rim after a dunk, which would result in a technical foul if you did it for too long. Still to this day, no NBA game allows you to control the length of time you spend on the rim, making the Courtside series a bit ahead of its time in some aspects. As mentioned, Kobe also appeared on the Game Boy Color with NBA 3-on-3 featuring Kobe Bryant, which also released in November of 1999. Now, due to the limitations of the Game Boy Color hardware, it only provided a 3-on-3 basketball experience, but what was here was still very impressive. The game featured all of the teams and the players of the NBA, and had some impressive animations and visuals for a Game Boy Color game in an isometric view, and it even had a really cool intro cutscene as seen here. NBA 3-on-3 featuring Kobe Bryant also allowed for 2 players to play together via a Game Boy Color link cable. Now, the final game starring Kobe Bryant on a Nintendo platform actually released on the GameCube with NBA Courtside 2002. This game released on January 13th, 2002, and was once again developed by sports powerhouse Left Field Studios. NBA Courtside 2002 was yet another solid entry in the Courtside series. Using the additional power of the GameCube, Courtside 2002 featured improved visuals over the N64 game, and featured all of the traditional features seen in other games such as current rosters, teams, and player stats. The simulation basketball experience seemed to be almost perfected in this entry of Courtside, and the game once again featured a robust arcade mode that was very reminiscent of the NBA Street series, which was gaining a lot of buzz at the time. Unfortunately, this was the last entry in the Courtside series, and didn't sell nearly as well as its predecessors due to the rise of other basketball franchises such as NBA Live and NBA 2K. Although you could make the case that Courtside was just as good and maybe even better in some aspects than those other games. So obviously the Kobe Bryant and Nintendo relationship was pretty deep, appearing in 4 various games across Nintendo platforms that were exclusive to Nintendo platforms. I want to give my heartfelt thoughts and prayers to Kobe Bryant's family during this time, all of his friends and family, all of the friends and family of the other people that were involved in this flight that tragically went down, because it's never easy to lose someone. It's definitely one of the hardest, if not the hardest aspects in life, but you have to think of the good times and you have to think of the positive things in order to, sort of break through this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Obviously it's a little bit different, but let me know in the comments section down below if you ever played or owned any of these games, and if so, what you thought about them. And as always guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Check out other videos on the channel, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.